MXTV is proudly brought to you by InsureMyRide, great bike insurance cover at an affordable price. And Motul, quality oils for more than 150 years.
Hello everyone, I'm Lee Hogan and welcome to MXTV. I'm joined once again by Brendan Bell. Belly, tonight's show's going to be as big as ever.
Oh mate, it's going to be massive because in tonight's show, I head back to the US and Mitch takes us on a tour of Pro Circuit. We get an exclusive and follow Australian Supercross champion Jay Marmont for a round of the MX Nationals. We'll show you the Enduro MXTV project bike. We'll give you a rundown on the Melbourne Enduro-X and we review the 2014 KX 450F. All this and more, Lee. It's going to be a massive show tonight.
All right, Belly, let's settle down. First up in tonight's show, an MXTV exclusive. We get to show you what it's like to be an Australian factory superstar racer as we follow around Monster Energy Kawasaki rider Jay Marmont. Let's see what it's like.
My name's Jay Marmont. I ride for Team Monster Energy Kawasaki. We're here today at Broadford, round 4 of the Australian MX Nationals. Big trucks behind me and so's my steed. Hopefully it pans out, we're sitting on top of the box, but for me today, just try and get out there and watch the first practice in the lights, then we're up for qualifying straight away, so can't mess around because the first 15 minutes of the session's practice and the next 15 minutes is time qualifying, calculated as points on the day, so first 5 get top 5 points. After that, it's just grid positions. Never been the best qualifier, but I've always been one to throw down a fast lap. When asked to do it in qualifying, I just haven't been doing it lately, so it does put a lot of pressure on you, but it's so important to get out there and really stop your authority in practice and obviously try and come in, get something to eat, get freshened up and head into Moto 1.
His name's not come on the board. It was quite weird today, like the track started off so wet. It was almost like a mud race when it first started off. That alters everything with tyres, gearing, ignition, suspension, because obviously you've got to allow for the weight. So then from that to the first race, it changed dramatically because there was a lot of dry lines. Unfortunately, we made a slight error in tyre choice in the first one and couldn't get so much traction because we didn't realise that the track had dried out so much.
But I just couldn't get a flow on out there and I come in for the second one and changed up the tyres and went that 1 bit bigger like we're talking about on the gearing. It was a lot better. I got a better start but got pushed a bit wide and then Boppo and I come together up the top and I come off second worst and crashed and had to work my way up through McCoy and onto the back. At least I was, battling with the right guys, just wasn't at the right end of the pack.
This is mental. They're not even bringing everybody's name up on the screen.
My relationship, me and my mechanic, it's got to be a pretty close bond, I guess you two have, but at the same time, you need to be a team player. You can't say one thing to your mechanic and not say it to Troy and Andy because everyone's so key in what you do, and I think if you just get everybody together so everyone's on the same page, so everyone knows what you're talking about.
Both really have to be dialed in together, both have to work as one. You can have the fastest bike in the world and the best suspension and everything else. If the rider isn't in the right frame of mind, then it's not going to work. Also, you can have the best rider in the world. If he's on a bike that's not working for him, then it's not going to work. So you have to get the rider-bike combination good together, and that's what all testing's about through the week, and that's how you get a winner.
Nah, you can never blame the mechanics. A good tradesman never blames his tools. Nah, the team was unreal and they've been behind me 100% here and You know, all I can do is smile because at the end of the day, I'm still healthy. I'm still racing my dirt bikes. You know, it's one of them things. You race Australian Motocross, you got to be dealt with this. So only the wicked survive.
Lee, you know how tough it is to be the best in this business, mate, firsthand. And I tell you what, Jay's doing it really tough in the outdoors at the moment, but he's looking to turn it around for the Supercross.
Well, without a doubt, for someone that's strung together so many championship wins in the outdoors, he's struggled the last 2 years in a row in the outdoors in the Motocross Championship. However, got the #1 plate for Supercross last year.
You're not wrong there, mate, that's for sure. And he always seems to shine, as you said, when it comes to Supercross season.
Oh, he digs so deep, he knows how to do it. Let's wish him the best for Supercross. Okay, well, it's time now to check out our Enduro project bike. Let's take a look.
Well, here it is, the 2014 KTM 350 EXC. It's MXTV's brand new Enduro project bike. Now, throughout the series, we're going to take this thing through its paces and tell you what we need to replace, what hasn't broken, what has broken, and also maybe put a bit of bling on it as well and see what we can't do to make this a little bit better than what it is, because this thing is fantastic straight out of the crate. And talking about out of the crate, this thing is absolutely stock standard. This is what you get off the showroom floor. Now, I personally picked this bike out myself because this is a bike that I tested throughout the years, and I think that this is probably the best enduro bike on the market for somebody of my ability and my riding experience. I really like this bike, and I can't wait to spend a bit more time on it. Some of the reasons why I picked the KTM was the 350 engine. The difference between the 250 and the 450, right in between, is a massive one, and that really suits what I want to do for trail riding in the bush. Some of the other little things that I really like about the KTM is just the hydraulic clutch, the see-through tank, things that KTM really thought about when they were putting an enduro bike together. And even, and I've said this before, but even the guards, the hand guards, you know, I don't like the wraparound guards. I really like these sort of motocross guards, but these have got a little bit more strength to them than just a flimsy old motocross guard. And when you look at the detail of a KTM, it really does have everything that you want. I don't know what I'm going to do to bling this up, to tell you the honest truth. I'm sure I will, but it's got everything that you need to go trail riding straight off the showroom floor. Now, before we hit the trails on this bike, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get Macca to go out and get it insured like we did with the motocross bike. Very important thing to do because I don't want to lose this baby, that's for sure.
Nobody ever wants their ride stolen, or worse still, to have an accident. So it's quick and easy to get the right cover for your bike. Just go to InsureMyRide.com.au. Just keep an eye out for the little dude, you'll spot him everywhere. InsureMyRide offers insurance for road bikes, dirt bikes and even scooters. Importantly, InsureMyRide is a bike insurance built from the ground up for riders, and that's all they do, so they know what it's like on the bike and what we want when it comes to bike insurance. Now, InsureMyRide offers 3 types of cover: comprehensive insurance, theft insurance and third party. That covers you when your bike causes damage to someone else's property. They even offer cover for your riding gear like your leathers, boots and helmets, and personal valuables if you need it. I reckon InsureMyRide have got to be one of the best deals out there when it comes to bike insurance. You'd be mad not to check them out.
Well, as soon as Macca gets back to me with the details, I'm going to adjust the bars and the levers and hit the trails. I cannot wait to get on it.
Hands-On Kawasaki Motorcycles has over 25 years of professional experience in the industry. We offer quality Kawasaki motorcycles, ATVs, mules and jet skis. From finance to insurance, Hands-On features state-of-the-art workshop facilities with highly trained and experienced factory-trained technicians. We have a vast range of accessories, and if it's Kawasaki, then we have it. Contact us now, and don't forget to mention MXTV for a great deal. Hands-On Kawasaki, everything Kawasaki. MXTV is proudly supported by KTM, Alpine Stars, Kawasaki and Pirelli.
This year on MXTV, you get a chance to win a Milwaukee prize pack every week. The prize pack comes with an M12 cordless heated jacket with 5 carbon fibre heating elements which actively warms the body's core areas and pockets. A job site radio that powers from either an M12 battery or a 240 volt main supply. A LED light that has a magnetic back for hands-free use. And last but not least is the PowerPort, a convenient charger for all your mobile equipment. And all you have to do is go to the MXTV Facebook page, like and share us, and you're in with a chance to win the fantastic prize pack from our good friends at Milwaukee.
Welcome back to MXTV, thanks to Motul Oils. Well, earlier on in the year, the Melbourne Enduro-X was held. I was lucky enough to call the action down there. What a success this event has been. Let's take a look at the action. Next up, something I've been really looking forward to. Absolute guru in the sport of motocross, supercross in America, Mitch Payton, gets to take you for a little bit of a tour around Pro Circuit.
Mate, it was unbelievable. Really, really good time. Very unexpected of it as well, mate. So let's see part one. I'm at Pro Circuit and we've been lucky enough to be invited in to get a tour of the facility. Let's go and check it out.
All right, so this will give you an idea of like what it takes for us to run. Like this year we had a total of 6 guys full-time and then Adam came on for outdoors. So that was the 7th rider for outdoors. So it takes a lot of bikes and a lot of parts. Obviously with Kawasaki support it makes it feasible because we certainly couldn't do it without them, and you can see the amount of support they give us. So like it's a lot of motorcycles, and then I'll show you even the parts, and it takes a lot of parts to keep them running for the whole year too. This here is one of our dyno rooms, and actually this is the one the race team uses all the time for their bikes. And then we have an engine dyno room over here, which is just for the engine, and we use that for development also. And then in the back we have another bike dyno, which we use for production so that it's easier to do the rear wheel dynos with all the different brands and stuff like that. So you'll see a lot of bikes out here that we put up on there to get all the production stuff done. So this is where the guys work on the race bikes and their practice bikes. So each guy has a stall that they're working on, and actually this guy's from Australia. This is the mechanic here, Ian Southwell. He used to work for Troy Carroll's team over in Australia. And Dave Feeney is Australian. So we have a couple Aussies here. In here, basically, this, like I said, they disassemble everything, put it back together. All the engines get put together before the race, get dynoed, checked, and then they put them in the chassis, or we ship them to the race and they put them in there. So this is kind of where they spend the majority of their time. And now we're on the part side of the upstairs. There's frames and wheels and tires and tubes and cases and heads and clutches and sprockets and chains and all the parts. So like you can see, it takes a lot of parts and a lot of support to get them all running. You know, like the practice bikes will run, usually we'll pull them apart every 10 hours to look at. And then if they're okay, we'll go another maybe 10 hours, total of 20, and then change it. Race bikes don't go that long. Probably race piston, maybe a total of 10. We don't go through that many mufflers. It's just if you keep up with it, you know, and if you repack them and, you know, keep them up, then they're not too bad. And the titanium shell is a little bit more durable, you know, than the aluminum and all that kind of stuff. So that hasn't been really too bad. Just got to repack them. Over here, this is one of our semis that is getting unloaded. We had our last race this weekend. So like now that the season's over, we'll come in, pull everything out of the truck, inventory it, get the race bikes out, all the parts, put them away, clean everything, and then make a list of everything that's got to get fixed on the trucks. We're working on some new stuff right now for next year. So like that's got to get just tested and then endurance tested, and then from there we'll take it out, let the guys ride it, and make sure that it lives and they like it. We'll race with it. I think you guys have seen everything we got, and glad to have you guys here, and hope you enjoyed it. Everybody in Oz, hello, and remember, buy Pro Circuit.
Bell was founded with one purpose, and that was to help make insane things possible.
Bell's purpose-built. You know, that's where we start. You know, what's the purpose? You know, why are we doing this? And build it around that.
We build helmets for world-class athletes that are pushing the limits and breaking boundaries.
Roy Richter, when he founded the company, I think that's what, you know, he was set out to do, was to protect people and allow them to pursue those things that you can only dream of.
The main concerns in designing product is really to develop something that almost disappears on the rider's head. We want to make sure that the rider's not distracted by fit of a helmet or a loose strap.
We're really out there to offer the best protection possible given the circumstances that these riders are faced with.
There's examples down through Bell's history of the riders and the athletes being very involved in the development of the product, because they're the ones that the products are being made for.
We'll share with them sketches to make sure we're kind of headed down the right path, and when we get prototypes, we'll invite riders in to try things on.
And we ultimately design better helmets based on that knowledge, because these are the guys taking the risks and pushing the limits.
They know that if they're wearing a Bell helmet, that it's been engineered and tested to the highest standards, and that gives them the confidence to go out and push themselves that little extra bit.
I think one of the greatest things that Bell has is about 400 years of experience spread across the dome, and you can't get that anywhere else. We have great graphic designers, engineers, ID, and fortunately we have full in-house capabilities of being able to test and prove out the concepts at a lot earlier stage in development, and I don't think a lot of other companies can say that.
The R&D group in the dome is always looking at new ways to innovate with materials and products, so there's really no limit to what we can do in the future.
F1 Moto is an online retail store selling motorbike, ATV and PWC parts and accessories. Whether you're looking for general service, rebuild parts or increased performance, F1 Moto is a website for you. F1 Moto offers free shipping within Australia, and the staff are available by phone to answer any questions you may have. So check them out at f1moto.com.au or call on 02 4681 9958.
MXTV is proudly supported by Suzuki, Bell Helmets, Yamaha, and SKF. Our friends at Link International have introduced a new range of Arrow off-road V2 slip-ons for a wide variety of motocross and enduro bikes. Arrow Italy has made these slip-ons not only for racing, but also for the everyday rider. They feature stainless steel internals with an aluminium sleeve and a carbon fibre end cap with a removable DB killer. Of course, as with all Arrow off-road slip-ons and full systems, the V2 exhausts comply with Motorcycling Australia's new 2M max noise rule, taking away the stress of noise testing. One really cool feature of the V2 slip-ons is the nose cap, which is held in place with Torx screws, making it easy to undo for servicing. Once the nose cap is undone, a new muffler material kit can be plugged straight in. You can be confident that when you buy an Arrow, you get a high-quality, durable product that fits, improves performance, and sounds great, while still easily passing MA's new noise test. Nice one, Arrow. Check out www.linkint.com.au for more info. Worldwide expert in the field of high-tech lubricants for use on the road, off-road, and in competition, Motil's latest motorcycle range is formulated to meet worldwide industry standards and the latest manufacturers' recommendations. Over several decades, Motil has consistently improved the performance of its motorcycle lubricants through development of its own unique type of ester, with the latest result being the introduction of Ester Core technology. Involved in the highest levels of motorsport, Motil has developed specific motorcycle lubricants for racing under the brand Factory Line. The new 300V Factory Line off-road version offers a torque increase of 2.5% compared to previous versions. So next time you're in your local bike shop, make sure you pick up some quality Motil oils, and you can feel safe knowing your bike has the best. For more information on the range of Motil oils and maintenance products, visit www.linkint.com.au.
Welcome back to MXTV, thanks to InsureMyRide. Well, next up is the first motocross bike review of the year. And this year we're going to change it up a little bit. We're still going to have Lee doing them, but we're going to have young gun Luke Lee joining him as well, taking the bikes through their paces. And first up is the KX 450F.
We're here at Broadmeadows Motocross Park, just north of Melbourne, to test the brand new 2014 Kawasaki KXF 450, the big girl. What a weapon she is. No major changes from last year's bike, but you don't really need to when you've got a product that straight out of the crate was as good as it was last year. Some of the standout features of the 2014 bike: the pneumatic air fork that works exceptionally well on both the small hits and the big hits. We've got adjustable top triple clamp here, so you can really fine tune the positioning of the handlebars to suit. Along with its baby brother, the 250F, for 2014, both bikes come with the 3 separate ignition plugs, so you can really tailor the type of power you want. Smooth, aggressive, or just in the middle somewhere. The standard one seems to work good in all conditions. Another cool feature is a 2-way separate adjustable foot peg height, which is very good if you're either a little bit on the short side, a little bit on the tall side. Other than that, visually a very good looking bike. No doubt the black rims add to it a little bit. Also visually, the DLC coating on the fork sliders looks amazing and helps take away a little bit of the stiction. You can feel it out there on the bike. Renthal handlebars, some good grips, good levers, very nice bike to ride ergonomically. Like I said, we're here at Broady, here with my partner in crime for testing, Lukey Lee. We're going to get out, see how this 450 performs on the track.
My first impressions of the KXF 450 was we're out here at Broadmeadows. It's a very hard-packed track and we're looking for a really smooth power delivery, and I felt the KX 450 gave a really smooth power delivery, what I was looking for.
You're not really searching for top end on a 450. You want a lot of torque and you want to be able to pull a taller gear, which this thing has in spades. The bottom end power to me feels like it's been up just a little bit. Now, whether that's just some fine little tinkering in there or a slight little change of ignition curve, etc., can definitely feel a little bit more bottom end punch there.
First impression of the forks was how plush they are, and they handle the big hits really well.
And overall, the balance of the front to the back, happy with that?
Yeah, I was really happy with the ergonomics of the bike and the balance. It just felt like it turned really well, and it was really easy to get my power to the ground.
Just like any bike that rolls off the showroom floor, there's a few things that you could do. And likewise for this, straight away I'd put some bigger, chunkier foot pegs on. Just feel a little bit more stable with those things. Not too many things you would need to change unless you're a top-end pro racer. I thought you might struggle a little bit on the big 450, but you impressed me, mate. Pitching in little scrubs everywhere, it was good to see. Quick little question at you, Lukey Lee. Changes that you would make to this thing, the 450, anything in particular?
Not a whole lot of changes. I'll probably just get my suspension revalved and probably put a Pro Circuit system on it.
Yeah, agreed. Same thing for me, although completely different direction, I dare say, we'd go in the valving. However, valving a little bit here and there. I could ride this thing pretty much stock as is, not too bad whatsoever. Pro Circuit, full pegs, just the usual bits and pieces, but overall, great bike, not too many changes needed.
For all your motorcycle insurance needs, contact InsureMyRide at insuremyride.com.au. Comprehensive motorbike insurance from less than $1 a day.
Well, mate, another great job there with Lukey Lee too.
Oh, look, he's an awesome kid. It's a sensational rider, and it's so good to have him on the show. Well, that's about all we've got time for on this particular episode. However, if you want to make sure you don't miss out on a chance to win this terrific Milwaukee prize pack, you've got to go to our Facebook page, click like, share it, and you'll get even more of an opportunity.
Definitely, mate. And don't forget to search us on Instagram. It's the MXTV show. And check out this guy's Instagram as well. It's getting huge.
All right, well, that's all we've got time for. Thanks for tuning in. Episode 2, it's been a massive one. We will see you next episode. Until then, hold it on! Well, you can do what Belly and I do when we're doing this, and then I'll look at the camera and he'll look at me, and then I'll look at him and he'll look at the camera, and we'll just completely swap and randomly just up.
This is mental. They're not even bringing everybody's name up on the screen.
I hope you enjoyed it.
All this and more. Lee, it's going to be a big one tonight.
Belly, settle down. Sick hat too.
MXTV is proudly brought to you by InsureMyRide. Great bike insurance cover at an affordable price. And Motul, quality oils for more than 150 years.